while. I'm pretty sure you guys have missed me. No, you haven't. It's been a while since the last time you guys have seen me, and I think the first thing that probably comes in mind is the hair. Look, the quickest way I can put it, Mom makes an appointment. Dad forgets that the appointment was actually made, and even Mom as well. That's why she agrees with Dad. Then Dad cuts her hair because he claims that he's better than everyone in town. Then this has happened. Look, I'm sorry, don't want to be that mean to my dad, but the people at Walmart probably cut people's hair better than him. Like, I mean, I'd rather just go to Walmart and go to my dad's barber shop, even though it was literally in another room, but oh well. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. Today we're here to talk about the FIFA Club World Cup. Yes, the FIFA Club World Cup. My favorite tournament because it only has seven teams in it, and it's always won by different teams. No, it isn't, but it's I mean, sometimes, right? I mean, it's always UEFA, but there's some common ball sprinkled in. It's only those teams, but oh well. So today we're gonna be looking at the Global Cup. If you guys don't know it, if you don't know what it is, it's essentially a World Cup, except there's no 32 teams, it's 7 teams. And those 7 teams come from the winners of their own Champions League. Just think of the Champions League except in their own region. For example, CONCACAF, they have the CONCACAF Champions League. For CONMEBOL, they have the Copa Libertadores. Can't say it. I'm Spanish as well. Anyways, now that you know a little bit more of what FIFA Club World Cup, let's jump right into it. The first one, we already have the first round, which is a 3-0 defeat. That's what Wikipedia said. Actually, the true story is actually that Auckland City was the OFC Championship winner, even though they actually never played. They actually just crowned it by the OFC. But anyways, they couldn't actually make it because of coronavirus. So thanks, coronavirus. Hoping save lives over there. Yeah, am I right? But anyways, you gotta feel bad for Auckland because one last round, that even made a difference, to be honest. Up next, we have the second round. Tigres versus Hyundai. The Battle of the Tigers, the greatest battle of natural world history. I don't know. I seriously don't know. So Hyundai strike first in the 20th minute, I want to say, by Kim Ki-hee. Now, if that name actually sounds familiar with you, it's actually because Kim Ki-hee played for the Sounders before he left to go to Hyundai. I'm pretty sure. I don't follow the Sounders because last time I checked, they sucked. It's coming from an LAFC fan, so big heart for you guys. But after that, in the 30th minute, I'm pretty sure in the 30th minute, you can tell this video isn't planned. After Kim Ki-hee, Gignac scored in the 30th minute, and then 10 minutes later did score before the end of the first half by a penalty. It looked like a handball to me, so touchdown right there. In the second half, there was a few chances, especially by Hyundai. One of them actually did score, and my God, it was a good goal. I like that. Unfortunately, it got ruled off by offside. I know, guys, offside sucks. But you gotta feel bad for Hyundai. But congratulations to Tigres as they move on to the semifinals. And now we head over to the other side of the pond to Hal and Al. Don't know Arabic. I'm sorry, alright. Both of these sides, they had pretty much chances until in the 30th minute where Al Hilal just struck first, and that's it. Look, this video is going too long. I really want to make it less than 10 minutes, alright guys? Don't be mad, alright? Next we have the match for 5th place. I don't see the point of it, but you know, it's hard. It's hard trying to make a tournament very long when you only have 7 teams. So FIFA gets a pass. Al Hilal striking first. Unfortunately for that, Hyundai did strike back to level it in the 40th minute. Was it 40 or the 30th? Somewhere in there. But unfortunately for Hyundai, 10 minutes after, I want to say, God, I had no planning, and there's no Wi-Fi as well. really makes me mad. After that, in the 80th minute, El Duhel just struck and hit the car on Hyundai, and that made the scoreline 1-3. Now Duhel gets 5th place, and unfortunately for Hyundai, gets 6th place. Well, hey, at least you ain't off with their 7th. Let's head over to the semifinals, which we have Palmeiras versus Tigres. Now, Palmeiras, I'm going to be honest with you, ever since they crushed River Plate back in the Copa Libertadores semifinals, in the second leg in the Copa Libertadores finals, they won. I don't want to like offend a Palmeiras fan, but they literally won by luck. Because you look at Palmeiras versus River Plate in the second leg, like half of the goals that River Plate made were ruled offside and didn't even count. If those goals weren't offside, River Plate would have made it into the finals, no doubt about it. And then you also look at the finals, which no one even scored because it's Santos and it's Palmeiras, two different teams that, you know, earth and ice don't mix together well, you know. And then the last few seconds, luck was in their side, just like Yoshikage Kira, and they scored just seconds before going to extra time. So, yeah, luck played into this. I'm not trying to say that they didn't deserve to win the Copa Libertadores. They did, but I'm just saying that the last few games were just pretty shaky, and this one was probably one of them because they had little to no chance except for the last 10 minutes when they were down 1-0. And Tigres, by the way, they played with high intensity and high commitment. It looked like a team that really wanted to be the first CONCACAF team to actually make it to the Club World Cup finals. And they had so many chances, but they were just saved by Wimbledon and Palmeiras' defense. Literally, that was the only reason why Palmeiras was actually saved from not getting blown 7-2 from Tigres. As much as I really don't like Tigres for breaking my heart back in December, you gotta give a big shout out for actually playing with heart and actually being the first CONCACAF team to actually make it to the Club World Cup final. Big congrats to them, and totally deserved win. And for Palmeiras, well, we're gonna have to see with the match for 3rd place. Now we head over to the other side, which we have Al Hilal, something like that, versus Bayern Munich. Look, I mean, all you need to know is that Robert Lewandowski is a robot when they have Kimmich, and yeah, they won by 2-0. I mean, let's be real. Did you really think the Egyptians were gonna win, especially against Bayern? I mean, if Bayern were playing like Bayern in the DFB Cup when they lost against the second division team, I mean, then maybe you could have cut them some slack, but other than that, you didn't really see a reason why they would lose. Now for my prediction. At the time of this recording, the match for 3rd place and the final hasn't been played yet. This is a Tuesday, midnight actually, because that's how I roll, I guess. I'm just built different. For my prediction in the match for 3rd place, I'm probably going to say Palmeiras. Look, I'm sorry, I get that I was taking a number 2 on them and saying how they were winning by luck and they were terrible in the Tigres game. But I feel like I feel like this is a wake-up call, and they really don't want to be 4th place and be seen as a disappointment and come to both. So I'm gonna go with Palmeiras because I think they're gonna go wake up and play with intensity. So I'm gonna call this scoreline 1-0. So we have the final. Oh boy, this is interesting. Either it can go two ways. It can go from two great teams with great defense colliding in together, and I see Bayern winning 1-0. But if it's literally Tigres being, I don't know, they have a bad day, I don't want to see them being them because, look, I gotta give some respect to those guys. Right? I hate how they won against LAFC in that final. I can't get over it. Like, it's been months. It's been like 2 months, and I still can't get over it. But you look at this team, very respectable. But if they are playing and Gignac is just totally quiet, I see a bad day. Tigres against Bayern Munich, 6-0. Look, I don't want to be that guy, but I just see Bayern Munich winning it all. I don't really see Tigres playing it all. If they really want to win it, they're gonna have to play their best, like better than Tigres itself. They have to be Tigres better than whatever the best version of Tigres, because this is Bayern Munich we're talking about. Unless if Bayern Munich plays like they're having a bad day, then maybe you can play whatever you were playing before this. But if it's Bayern Munich that's strong, you're gonna have to play with really intense and better than just whatever the best version of Gignac. I mean, he's got to be on high alert. He's got to be the Gignac in the last 10 minutes against LAFC. All right, chase through that ball and find the way, because once he finds the way, he knows the way. And I'm just becoming a Tigres supporter right there. But maybe there is a slight chance for Tigres, and I shouldn't underestimate them, and Bayern shouldn't underestimate them. But to be honest, I don't got anything for Tigres, to be honest. And this is from a neutral standpoint. Unless if Kimmich like broke its toe while in the pool, I mean maybe you have a chance. But other than that, I just really don't see it, to be honest. I just hope for the best of these two teams. I really don't care who wins because I don't support these two teams. Maybe if I was LAFC, I would have actually cried my eyes out and actually say Carlos Vela all the time, but they aren't here, unfortunately. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in like a few days when final and third place match is played. So, anyways, back to you, Little Jason. Hey guys, it's me again. It's been 3 days, as you can tell from the hair. It doesn't look like hair from the other clip where it hasn't been washed in 9 years. Yeah, but anyways, guys, we finally got our results for the two matches, the one for the third place and the one for the finals. For the third place, I mean, it was kind of boring, to be honest. There were some chances for Al Hilal, but they did score a goal. Unfortunately, that goal was counted offside. But yeah, it was just draw. It was just a 0-0 draw for basically the whole game until penalties went in. So after penalties, you know, Palmeiras doing their thing and just choking. We're not talking about that. Anyways, they choked, and I mean they were doing but yeah, they choked, and unfortunately for them, they got into the fourth place. Man, when was the last time a South American team got in fourth place in the FIFA Club? That's pretty terrible, to be honest. Honestly, I just kind of wish that Santos was in this game, because you look at Palmeiras and I just ask myself, what is his team, honestly? Congrats to Al Hilal for making it third place and actually beating a come-to-bowl team, but disappointed from Palmeiras. Anyways, guys, now we head over to the big game. Finally, I had to wait 3 days for this one. It's finally here, guys. It's Bayern Munich versus Tigres. Now, Bayern Munich versus Tigres was pretty interesting. In the first half, Bayern Munich had a lot of chances. You look at the game, they really did have a lot of chances. Meanwhile, you look at Tigres, they had little to none. You look at Tigres, and they were literally isolated. I mean, you look at the forwards like Gignac. I mean, they were literally isolated like they were in they were in the island. Like they were in an island all by themselves. Like, seriously, like there was no communication from them. And once they tried connecting to Gignac or their forwards, it just got intercepted by Bayern Munich's defense. Honestly, there was no chances, no shot on goals from Tigres. It was absolutely terrible. Now, in the 18th minute, Joshua Kimmich actually scored a brilliant goal. But unfortunately, I think it was Robert Lewandowski, but it was ruled offside, unfortunately. So Tigres got saved by luck, but I mean, that wouldn't be enough for them. But anyways, Joshua Kimmich, I mean, if that goal was allowed, it would have been an amazing goal. But unfortunately, it was ruled offside. And the game just continued on and on, 0-0. Now, things did change in the 59th minute when Benjamin Pavard scored the opening goal. I mean, it was kind of a sloppy mess, assuming how you look at the play. I mean, it was just try to catch the ball challenge. that's a terrible example. But for real though, it was literally every Bayern Munich player trying to get the ball and score. And unfortunately for Pavard, he got the ball and scored. Now VAR did look at this and they actually thought that was ruled offside, because you look at Lewandowski, he looked like he was offside, but he wasn't offside. So I think they were down 1-0 and they never came back, to be honest. And to be honest, the whole second half, Tigres had little to no chances. They didn't even register a single shot. And then you look at Bayern, they really did turn up the pace and turned up the pressure, and they were literally coming in and throwing these chances, just like LAFC. Hey! Well, unfortunately for LAFC, Bayern Munich actually has good defense and good midfielders, and they didn't slip 2 goals in like the last 20 minutes. I want to say, was it 20 minutes? Something like that in CONCACAF Champions League. I bet you people probably haven't heard what CONCACAF Champions League was until Bayern Munich had to face Tigres. Anyways, congratulations to Bayern and to Tigres. Well, what I said like 7 minutes ago in the video, this was a Tigres that had to be absolutely at its best. Pretty much Tigres, but the best version you would ever see in their history. But unfortunately for them, yeah, that really didn't happen. It was pretty much the opposite of this. I mean, this was a worse performance, but it wasn't the worst performance, alright? It was just terrible. I'm pretty sure they were having a bad day, or frankly, I think it was just the defense for Bayern that was just too world class for them. That's a terrible meaning. It was just too good for them. I mean, this is European teams that we're talking about. Champions League tournament, it's a lot harder to win than to say the OFC Champions League. But yeah, congrats to Bayern for actually winning it, and you know, for Tigres, it sucks, but you know, it was very deserved for Bayern because they really wanted that sextuple. Was it sextuple or sextuple? Something like that. But yeah, you gotta give the Bayern. They really, really wanted this trophy. And if it got canceled, I mean, it would have been really, really terrible, because they really wanted to be with Barcelona in 2009 with that sextuple. To be honest, I think they should just be glad that they actually made it this far. I didn't really see them in the finals, especially how we were talking about Palmeiras, but unfortunately Palmeiras is Palmeiras, and they absolutely suck. If you guys wonder if this was LAFC, I mean, it can go both ways. Look, if it was LAFC from the defense from 2020 season, it probably would have been 10-0, let's be real. But if it was the defense that looks good on paper, like we're talking about just Jesus Murillo, Kim Moon-Hwan, and Marco Varane, then maybe it would have been 2-0. I just want to say 2-0. Look, I don't think we wouldn't beat Bayern, alright? Like, especially how you would have to be super good to win it. So, yeah, but congrats to Tigres for actually becoming the first CONCACAF team to make it. Yes, we lost, and yes, they did get robbed. I get there was like a handball, but you guys did get away with a penalty in the finals when Latif Blessing fell and tripped. So, come on guys, just let it off the hook. Now you know how we feel in the final, alright? It sucks, but I could see where you're coming from, because you really, really wanted to win this, and the ref were just like,
nah, B, you ain't winning this. You ain't winning this much. All Bayern Munich's gonna win this.
That's enough. I'm done talking about this Club World Cup thing. See you guys in 2021 in China. Oh, actually, never mind. It's in Japan. Can't wait to see the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup. I heard that they didn't expand it, unfortunately. It would have been actually amazing, but you know, due to Corona and the international competition and FIFA World Cup qualifying, it got moved this summer. I could see that. Totally understandable. So I could wait for 2022, alright? But 2021, come on. I want to see an MLS team do it. Actually, never mind, because I look at the team, not very good. But anyways, enough talking about how life is very terrible as an American soccer fan when you're watching a local team that you really want them to make into the big international FIFA Club World Cup, alright? Anyways, guys, that's going to be it. Subscribe and like. If you don't, you'll be unlucky like Tigres and LAFC. Yeah.